Hi guys! Welcome back to Flowers. I think everything is running smoothly. We're gonna be continuing Mayuri's route. Also, thank you, Beepner, for the follow. I was asleep, probably? And if I wasn't asleep, I was at work, so I appreciate the follow regardless. If you happen to catch the VOD later, somewhere along the line. Just figured I'd give you a shout out. Also, I apologize for my lack of creative titles. I love flowers and I love symbolism, but I just like, with this series, the episodes, like, are so, like, all over the place that I have no idea, like, what's actually going to happen in the part that I'm playing before I play it. So I just kind of have to throw up a vague title up there. And I know they're not really that great, but you know what? You all can understand what we're going to play, so... Anyways. Let's continue on, shall we? As we bow to Sister Basquiat at the end of class, my eyes follow Mayuri. Of course they do. The moment break starts, she is immediately surrounded by chattering classmates, like bees to a blossoming flower. See, I knew. She had tried to bring up the difficult subject with me, and with such sincerity. The moment our eyes meet, I avert my gaze. I should have said something yesterday when we were alone. If it's her... At lunch break, too. Even at the tea party, I didn't know how to bring it up. Do they have tea parties, like, every day? Like, damn, that's gotta be expensive. She smiles slightly as she thanks Rika for pouring her tea. She doesn't normally break into big smiles, but when she gives her faint smile, it could light up a room. No wonder everyone is drawn to her. Ceylon? I don't think I've heard of it. As the sudden question, I smile vaguely. My eyes naturally turn toward Mayuri. Her expression stiffens so slightly that only I would be aware of it, and she averts her gaze. Is this because of the garden scene? And we just gotten close enough to talk with each other. I had wanted to be friends with Mayuri, but it seems as though I've gotten as far as I will get. I ask, wiping the tear that had begun forming in my eye and putting on a composed face. Excuse me? I leave the class president blinking behind me as I am pulled along by the twins on either side of me. Only good things can happen with this. Oh, food. The smell of food. The president of the Council of Nikaya groans as she glares at her burned Hamburg steak.
相性というやつかな。僕とスオ君はこんなに仲良しだというのに。
I don't like that she calls us coon, because that's a boy's suffix. Yatsushiro says in a loud voice, and as she slings my arm around my shoulders, my cheeks turn red, and all I can do is return a vague smile. Through many twists and turns. That's how I could sum it up. I left in the middle of the tea pottery, sandwiched between the Sasaki twins, and marched to the cooking club. That in of itself would have been alright, but on the way we had run into Sister Basquiat. Seems the twins had some prior arrangement with Sister Basquiat, and she took them away. They had told me to go on ahead, and so I trudged over to the cooking club, and when I'd opened the door... I'm not sure when this novel is set, but if it was pre-Advil days, like, I apologize for Suo if it was her time of the month, because damn, cramps are terrible. Surrounded by other students, Yatsushiro's sharp eyes had spotted me, and she'd quickly designated me as her cooking partner while saying all kinds of flowery words. I think as I'm cooking my own hamburger steak. All I can think about is how I can patch things up with Mayuri. Oh my god. Mine feel like stabbing knives most of the time. It's terrible. That's true. They do sound very similar. She stabs the hamburger steak with a chopstick and gives me a mischievous wink. I feel relieved that she is as weird as usual. Now I want to try to make hamburger steak. I saw a recipe online the other day. They had this huge ass bowl. And it was filled with like meat, like just regular hamburger meat, but it was a bowl like it's the size of my entire body. And it had eggs and flour and salt and pepper and like other seasonings. And I'm like, that looks freaking fantastic. And then they made these big old hamburger steaks out of it. And I was like, bruh, I want one so badly right now. Why am I the boss? Because I can cook better than she can? Charlie's Angels. I never watched that show. I think that was in either the 70s or the 80s, so this is during that time frame. Ringo spoke about me. My heavy heart lightens and I feel a little better. It warms my heart to know there is someone looking out for me. She definitely was. Ringo's face floats to my mind. I smile slightly and nod in response to Yatsushiro's words. She puts down the chopsticks and smiles with satisfaction. I draw closer to Yatsushiro, who is kneading a new hamburger, so I can show her how to do it. How to form a hamburger steak from the minced meat. How to make demi-glace sauce. I even show her how to cut the vegetables, although it's a process of trial and error. I want to know. Show me! She has at least made something that is presentable without breaking or burning it. Seeing that she has finally made something in the shape of a hamburger, Yatsushiro makes a dramatic gesture, like a Hollywood starlet, to show her pleasure. She solemnly takes a fork in her hand and puts a piece of the hamburger steak with demi-glace sauce in her mouth. What is demi-glace sauce? That sounds fantastic. She closes her eyes and chews. She makes a sour face and takes a drink of water. I also give it a try after her. The saltiness spreads through my mouth. Putting sauce on it only makes it worse, and I too make a sour face. She drakes a hand thoroughly through her hair like a man would, and I put my head in my hands as well. Cooking is like a mathematical formula. The amount of heat, the amount of water, the right amount of each ingredient is set, so if you follow it perfectly, you should get the right flavor. That is why. I don't know why it's turned out like this. First, she asked me not to be her cooking partner, but her coach. Yatsushiro said she wanted to learn from me because she has no cooking sense. Despite her somewhat strange behavior, she is the president of the Council of Nikaya, her grades are good, and she's a fast learner, so she quickly becomes a pro at anything she tries. I heard about this from Yatsushiro's faithful followers in the cooking club in the process of trying to teach her. They tried teaching her too, but it was no good. They told me she was in my hands now. Is she the president of the cooking club? Right? Or is she the president of the choir club? I forget. I think she's the president of the cooking club, and the blonde-haired girl, which I forget her name at the moment, is the president of the choir club. Hearing my words, Yatsushiro, who had been furrowing her silvery brows, blinks, then smiles and agrees with me. She shrugs her shoulders and flashes a smile as if to say we've come this far, and takes the remaining hamburger meat in her hand. She kneads the meat over and over so it does not clump up when heated. She cooks it thoroughly until it's well browned. Then she places it on the plate where she has already arranged some vegetables. When time comes for the final touch, the demi-glace sauce, she looks in my face and with a grave nod pours it on. It looks good. I would eat the hell out of that. She glances at me, then nervously cuts the hamburger steak in half with a fork and dips it in the sauce. Now I want to cook something. Full of determination, she takes a bite of the steaming meat. She closes her eyes and chews well, then swallows. Everyone in the cooking club cheers. I too feel a rush of joy and put my hands to my hot cheeks. She hugs me as a sign of gratitude and I flail my arms. We're so close our lips nearly touch, and when she smiles at me I can feel my whole body go hot. Her mannerisms may be manly, but when she holds me close she smells like a woman, and I find myself lost in the contrast. Oh. Her words are sweet in my ear as her chest pushes against me. I feel that it's even bigger than I'd thought. Her chest pressed against mine is at least a full size larger and so soft I could sink in. The power of boobs, my dude. The power of boobs. She stares at me gravely, then closes her eyes and begins to lean in. Whoa. Whoa! Whoa! It's getting gay in here! I think she's going to kiss me, but instead she sticks out her tongue and licks my cheek like a puppy while I just stand there blinking in shock.
何を
I'd be freaking scared too.
しけ頬にソースがついていたんだよ。そうなんですか。
I feel my entire face and neck start to sweat. I would too. I would be sweating bullets. She is gazing at me from so close that I can feel her breath, and I shrink back in embarrassment.
まだ取れてない箇所が。大丈夫です。残念。
Yatsushiro, who is about to lick me again, draws back and licks her own lips, smiling beguilingly. I wipe my feverish cheeks with my hands, and when I finally calm down, I notice all the other members of the club looking at me. Feeling all those eyes on me, I instinctively recoil. I mean, you could have just used a napkin or a handkerchief. Jeez. Personal space.
でも今日は本当に良き日だ。何度調整してもダメだったことが実を結んだのだからね。ほら、僕たちのことはいいから、みんなも自分の作業に戻るように。
Everyone does as she says and reluctantly returns to their own work. They've been so busy watching us that they've barely been paying attention to their own cooking.
スオ君、今日は無理を聞いてくれて本当にありがとう。いえ。
She says as she looks down at her food and, despite her usually manic disposition, drops her voice. I cool my head, watching quietly as she cuts the hamburger with a knife.
これは一つ年上の老婆心から出るつまらない言葉だと思ってくれていいが。はい。僕は正直、自分には料理の才能なんてないと思っていた。人間、得て増えてがあるしね。
That's true.
どうしても苦手なものはある。
That's very true.
そうだろ。
That's why I hate those people that, like, they seem to be good at everything, no matter how, you know, without any effort, and I'm just like, bruh, that's not fair. In that moment, I think of Mayuri.
だけどね、苦手だからと諦めていいものと、そうじゃないものがある。亡くなった母の代わりに、美味しい料理を食べさせたかった。だか
Aww.
ら、苦手だ、増えてだと分かっていても、何度もチャレンジした。
That's so sweet. Hearing Yatsushiro's sensitive story, I look into her eyes, searching for the truth. I'm not, like, a great cook, but there are certain things I really like making. Like, I like to make curry, and, I've been making this, like, tomato omelet thing, and it's really good with rice. I'm trying to think of other things. I made a really good spaghetti the other day. I don't have a lot of recipes in my, oh, I make potato soup, too. Potato soup is good. I don't have a lot of, like, things that I make on a general basis, but, there are certain things I like to make, and I want to kind of start to make more and more things. Hearing Yatsushiro's sensitive story, I look into her eyes, searching for the truth. She stabs at her burnt, broken failures with a fork as she speaks.
だからね、スオ君。君にも諦めさせたくないんだ。
Quit what?
僕のこれと比較するのもおこがましいだろうが、君の抱える問題と一緒だ。
We do?
崩れ、しょっぱい思いを幾度もする。だけど、最後はうまくいったじゃないか。
But she's not in a... Well, she's in the literature club, isn't she? So... I'm confused.
だから大丈夫。
She smiles amiably, then scratches her head awkwardly. I can feel my hardened heart softening under her words and gestures.
まあ、スオ君で言うところの卵を割らなければオムレツは作れない。
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut her off. She takes a line from the old movie, All the King's Men. Is that where that's from? I didn't know it was from a movie. Okay. And I too break into a smile. I've never seen it, but that's interesting. I just thought it was an old phrase. I make up my mind and accept the hamburger steak Yasushiro offers me. That looks so good. I want to make something like that. Without asparagus, though, because I can't eat asparagus. I take her advice to heart. I'll have a proper talk with her. I am full of determination. Determination! All the Undertale fans. I missed that game, actually. It's still absolutely one of my favorites. Gazing at the backs of Reika and Mayuri walking up ahead of me, I let out a deep sigh. A few days after receiving advice, the perfect chance has come in the form of orienteering day. No, not has come, but rather had come. Excuse me. I am tired. Whenever I do these morning streams, I'm like always yawning half the time because I literally like get up, I eat, well, I don't really eat breakfast anymore, but like I drink my cup of tea, I use the bathroom, and then I sit at my computer, and that's when I start streaming. So I'm like, my brain's not fully conscious right now. It's part of the Humpty Dumpty rhyme. Is it? I haven't heard the Humpty Dumpty rhyme in ages. And the only part I remember is that Humpty Dumpty took a great fall. So, feels bad. Poor Humpty Dumpty. He always falls and breaks himself. Also, hi, Jamina. I'm glad you're back. Good to see not everyone is bored by my flowers streams. No, not has come, but rather had come. Orienteering in our 3-person amitié groups. As Mayuri had said before, the Academy's orienteering is the real thing. They gathered us in the auditorium, gave us maps, and then we were randomly assigned to 3 different locations. The first checkpoint was not very far. At the second checkpoint, which everyone must pass through, there were members from the Council of Nikaya. They gave us a simple quiz relating to numbers, the answers to which way was used to guide us to the final destination, and then back to the academy. We couldn't dawdle since there was a time limit, but the beautiful scenery would have made for a nice hike. I like hiking. I want to go hiking again. I had thought stepping out into the wilderness with my amitié partners would bring us together, making it easy to approach the topic, but Mayuri's attitude was the same as ever, and there was no way I could bring it up. I maintained a casual hands-off policy, trying not to be too unnatural so that Rika didn't notice. I tried to say something before we finished rounding all the checkpoints. Feels bad. I let out another deep sigh. I feel pathetic for being incapable of doing anything, despite the upperclassmen's encouragement. I had this chance, but I made no progress. That's like a problem I have. I have like things I want to tell people, like things that are gonna take more than like 10 minutes, you know, like long drawn out conversations, like real talk. And then I can never either find the time to talk to them, or when I can, like when I have the free time, they don't have the free time. And it's just like, a lot of things just get left unsaid because time, you know? It's hard. It feels like it's never a good time to say things anymore. Perhaps she's been asked to do it as class president. I ask if I should go with her. She glances at me awkwardly, and I feel a tightening in my chest. But how are you going to talk to her without being alone? Like,
喉がカラカラなんだ。わかった。それじゃあ用が済んだらまたここで落ち合いましょう。
Rika waves her hand cheerfully and heads back to the auditorium. I watch her leave. I steal a glance at Mayuri, who, like me, seems to be somewhat relieved. After getting back from the bathroom, I gaze, oh my god. I'm still thinking about food. I gaze blankly outside with colorless eyes. The restroom had not been as crowded as I had thought it would be, and I was able to do my business without having to wait. I need to head to the meeting place, but you need to talk to her. Rika said the roll call wouldn't take too long, but there's no way she would have finished faster than me or Mayuri, who went to the water station. If I went now, I'd have to wait alone with Mayuri until Rika returns. I don't want to run away again. Even though the upperclassmen had encouraged me, I can't bring it up. I am a coward. I can't go on like this. I feel frustration building up, but I don't know what to say. A sense of unbelonging swirls in my chest, threatening to push its way up into my throat. Suddenly I hear the sound of water and look up. Drops of water are splattering the window pane. Ame. Raindrops patter against the glass. In no time at all, it's turned into a downpour, pounding against the window. The pessimistic thought enters my head, and I feel relief in my heart as I watch students running to escape the rain from the hall window. Oh. But you have to talk to her eventually, girl, or else nothing's going to happen. I need some development in my life. I wait for the rain to let up. Even when the downpour eases back to a sprinkle, I wait for the rain to completely stop. Then I take my time as I head back to the meeting spot. I'm relieved when I see Rika there. Taking my time meant I avoided having to be alone with Mayuri, however. Rika stands alone at the meeting spot looking bored. Now she is furrowing her brow, looking somewhat worried. She looks relieved to see me and trots over. Her panicked attitude, she lightly catches hold of my arm, gives me a bad feeling. I wonder if I'm right about this bad feeling as I watch her face cloud over again. It's the Sasakis. They were probably just playing around and ended up late. This doesn't sound good. I take out the map that I had not given back yet. She trails off again. I can tell what comes next. Dramas and novels usually go this way.
13番のチェックポイントはさほど遠くない場所だから先生たちが探しに行ってくれたのだけど見つからなくて、もしかして沢に足を滑らして落ちたんじゃないかって。まゆりさん。
Well, I'm almost panicked enough to rush right off this instant. Seeing Rika nearly in tears makes me realize I need to keep my cool for her sake, and I force myself to stay calm.
大丈夫よリッカさん。先生たちが探してくれているのならすぐに見つかるわ。雨が降っていたから木陰で身を潜めていて見つからなかっただけかもしれないし。でも雨が上がってしばらく経つわ。戻ってきてもおかしくない時間だし。
That's true, I think. When I spread out the map and look at checkpoint 13, it's not even a kilometer from campus. No matter how muddy it was, there's no reason Mayuri shouldn't have returned. She's a responsible person. Perhaps in searching for the Sasaki, she'd gotten too close to the creek and lost her footing. I inadvertently think of that eccentric but reliable upperclassman. The one I had a chance encounter with after running away from the choir club. I recall how she'd said even the competent council of Nikaya members feel regret for their past failures and mistakes. Yes, everyone makes mistakes. スオさん、私たちも探しに行こう。ここで待っているようにって言われたけど、私。そうだね。探しに行こう。でも一つだけ聞きたいことがあるの。何？ニカイアの会の役員がチェックポイントを教えてくれたって言っていたよね。でもその人は本当の出題者じゃないって。ええ。隣で聞いていて知ったって。それじゃあ出題していた当人は誰？ For a moment, serious Rika looks like she's about to snap at me for asking pointless questions. もしかして出題者はコミカド先輩じゃない？ For a moment, serious Rika looks like she's about to snap at me for asking pointless questions. そうだけど、なんでわかったの? Why did they put that line in there twice? I knew it. I'd guessed it from checkpoint 13. The quiz was supposed to be very easy, and then there was the number 13. The question was probably about taboo numbers. If Komikado was the one who made the question, if I'm on the right track, I first need to know something about Komikado. If I know where Komikado is from, I'd guessed from Rika how Komikado had tried to have her guess where she was from in the form of a quiz. The question was, which country has the most Christians? That would be... Apparently it's Italy, which I did not know that. And the taboo number in that country is apparently 17. Rika is looking at me questioningly. I whisper into her ear. The humid air clings to my body, driving me crazy. Also, maybe at the time they did have the most Christians? I don't know. I take out the map and check if I'm getting near the checkpoint. I cross the stream and pass a large evergreen oak. I should be able to see it soon. The verdant trees glisten wetly from the rain, and their lushness seems garish to my eyes. Even the fresh scent of the forest smells too strong because of the rain, making me queasy. As I listen to the sticky sound of my footsteps, I wonder why I'm so agitated. The reason why I'm feeling this way. I head towards the MTA partner that I had the falling out with. I feel that I've turned the resentment I feel towards that woman that's the cause of all this out onto the forest and in towards myself. You wanted to know what makes us human, well, you aren't going to find it here. A line from a movie I've seen many times, Dark City. I've never seen that one either. My stepmother had said something similar. Yes, she said that the soul does not reside in the brain nor the heart, but in the fingers. Interesting. Perhaps my gloomy thoughts have brought the rain back, I think, as I feel raindrops bounce off me. Excuse me. And fall to the muddy ground. I walk fast to shake off these negative thoughts. I gloomily take out my map and check the compass. I am in the vicinity of the checkpoint. I wonder if there is a place nearby where she might be resting under a tree. I shake my head to dislodge the raindrops and the chunks into the forest. Then... oh! I find her, wet from the rain and sitting on a fallen tree. Those thighs, though. What should I do when I find her? What should I say? All those thoughts fade into the distance.
Mayuri-san!
Murky feeling in my heart dissolves completely as I run towards her.
Shirahane-san? どうしてここに? よかった。本当に沢に落ちていたらどうしようかと。ちょっと待って。白羽さんは私を探しに来てくれたの? そうよ。
I reply as if it were the most obvious thing in the world. Mayuri seems like she's about to say something, but instead beams and thanks me.
助けに来てくれて助かったよ。佐々木さんたちを探しに来たのはいいけど。Mayuriさん、足が。木の根に足を取られて少しひねってしまってね。途中で雨には降られるし。とりあえず雨宿りしようと足を止めたら、途端に腫れてきてしまって往生していたんだ。
She tries to lift her outstretched leg and makes a pained frown. I rush to the side and examine her injury. Her injury. Why is it always a swollen ankle? Like, it's always a sprained ankle in these visual novels.
2、3日すれば腫れは引くと思う。白羽さん、イチゴたちは？そのことなら大丈夫。佐々木さんたちならもう戻ったわ。彼女たちは4番のチェックポイントに行っていたのよ。
Mary let out a cry of surprise. I asked if she'd met Komikado on the way here.
そうだけど、なんで知っているの？出題者のコミカド先輩から直接聞いたから、ここのチェックポイントへ向かったのじゃないかって思ったの。普通クイズで不吉な数はなんて問われたら13番だと思うわよね。先生たちも13番へ探しに向かったし。
The quiz asks for an unlucky number. At the missionary school, most people would imagine the number 13.
そうか。コミカド先輩が出したクイズを聞いていたから、隣にいた役員は13だと思った。だからそう言っていたのか。でも佐々木さんたちは素直に日本人的思考で4番だと思ったの。当然そこは正解じゃないから。
4 is an unlucky number in Japan?
雨宿りしてから戻ってきた。
I did not know that.
そうだったのか。道理で行き違わないわけだ。
Mayuri snorts, her wet hair from the rain and sticking to her face. I wipe her forehead and cheeks with the handkerchief I have.
ありがとう白羽さん。でも一つだけ質問があるんだ。何？出題が不吉な数なら13番と4番を間違えることもあるかもしれない。あと例えば苦しむに通じる9番とかね。でもどうして白羽さんは17番のここが分かったんだい？
She gazes at me seriously and almost a little apprehensively. That's right, I had used the compass and map to find checkpoint 17.
そうか。白羽さんもコミカド先輩に会ったんだね。それで17番だと聞いて。いいえ、コミカド先輩には会っていないわ。
When I answer earnestly, her cheery voice fades and she looks at me with suspicion in her eyes.
もしかして私がストーカーだと思われているのかしら。
In the deep of the forest with the sun starting to set, a warped misery hovers about me like a shadow.
あのね、勘違いしないでほしいの。なんでわかったのかはただの推理なの。推理？
She frowns, drawing back slightly.
これじゃ映画の筋通りだわ。
The famed writer Paul Sheldon, confined by the middle-aged Annie Wilkes, injured legs, unable to move. That's the same too.
あちらは骨折だったけどね。白羽さん？あ、推理ね。理由は単純なのよ。まずクイズの出題、不吉な数というキーワード。
I act as cheery as possible so as not to frighten her.
私が以前聞き逃していたコミカド先輩の謎解き、キリスト教徒が一番多い国はどこでしょうかという問題。以前合唱部で言われた問題ね。そう、私はあの時ぼんやりしていて聞き逃していたのだけど、あの後リッカさんから知っているって尋ねられたの。なんでって聞いたら、コミカド先輩の故郷がわかるからって。それで？答えはイタリアよ。ローマは最もカトリックが多い都市。つまりコミカド先輩のルーツはイタリアだということになるわ。
Well, if you consider Catholics Christian, okay. Catholicism to me is different from Christianity, but I guess it is a branch of Christianity, so that's fair. Because Rome is a huge center for Catholics, so that is fair. I'm giving her all the right answers, but she's still frowning at me suspiciously. Delicta says, what on earth?
あのね、カトリックが多いイタリアではおかしなことに意味数が13ではないの。17なのよ。ローマ数字で書くと普通に17となり、これを並び替えるとこうなるの。
Why is that unlucky? Yeah, that's right. 10, 15, 16, 17. An anagram for 5, 1, 10, 1. I'm confused. I write the Roman numerals 17 and, like, what? That would be 5, 9, 1. In the mud with a fallen branch.
ラテン語でそのローマ数字を表す意味は、私は生きているの直接交換量になって、私は生きることを終えたという意味になるの。
It means I have finished living. Please hold. The form of to live?
Soか。コミカド先輩のルーツはイタリアにある。だからクイズの出題で
Who the fuck would know that? Who would know that? Like, who knows Latin that much?
つい生まれた国でのことが口についたのよ。たまたま私は意味数のことを知っていたから、17番のチェックポイントを探す。
That's more than a guess. Is that right? Says Mayuri, heaving a long, deep sigh.
少し神経質になっていたようだ。すまないね、白羽さん。いいの。逆の立場。
Also, I just noticed, maybe because we haven't seen a full view of her yet, but she has little sunflowers on her shoes. That's so adorable.
よかった。口を塞がれるのじゃないかと思ったよ。
She smiles as she says it, but I freeze. I know she's joking, but it's dug up the incident from that day. Seeing me go silent, Mayuri also holds her tongue. But even though she remains silent, her expression doesn't change as she regards me like a mother watching over her child. Right now, in this intimate setting, I will tell her everything and maybe she'll accept me.
王室のことなのだけれど。 白羽さん。
She runs her hand through her wet hair and shakes her head.
その話はやめない？
She asks.
あ、違う。興味がないとか聞きたくないとかじゃなくて。
With her hand still in her hair, she scratches her head.
私は全部晒す必要はないっていうか、いや、知りたくないってことはないんだ。でもそんなに辛い顔してまで話す必要はないと思うんだよ。人間一つくらい秘密にしたいことはある。私だって知られたら死んでしまいたいような秘密はあるよ。
Mayuri's secret.
たまたま白羽さんの秘密に触れるような機会があったけれど、話してくれなくていいんだ。
That's so nice.
全てを明かすことが正しいとは思えない。私はね、白羽さん。
She looks straight at me as though trying to convey her hidden determination.
過去の白羽さんより今の白羽さんとの今を大切にしたい。
Oh, that's so sweet.
何を抱えていようが、私のために知恵を絞って助けに来てくれる。そんなアミティエとの今を大切にしたいんだ。
That's so nice. I'm gonna cry. For some reason, my whispers make her giggle. She then lifts herself off the tree stump and puts weight on her leg.
危ないわ。そろそろ戻ろう。体が冷えてきたよ。肩を貸してくれるかい？
At her request, I rush to take her arm.
ありがとう、スオさん。
She squeezes my hand like a handshake.
お返しだよ、スオさん。
Being called by my given name for the first time, I feel my heart, which had been shrouded in mist, fill with gold, and in the same way the rain starts to let up too. I nod and say my amitié partner's name. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so freaking cute.
切羽詰まった状況に使われる表現だ。青い海に飛び込み、身を投げてしまった女性。後ろには悪魔、前には青く深い海がという状況であれば、悪魔に食べられたくない女性は時として深い海の方が魅惑的に感じるという。どちらを選んでも救いはない。これから始まるのは優しい悪魔のささやきと絶望の海への選択。救いのない二つの問いに迫られる始まりのお話。
Okay. Oh, a dance with her? Does that mean... Oh. She's so pretty. Oh my god. My gay heart. Calm thyself. I am filled with calm as I sit in the bath, alone in the silent mist. The incident 10 days earlier at orienteering. I am glad I went to find her myself. Deep in the darkening forest between the two of us, wet from the rain. There had been an air of intimacy which let me speak from the gut, to borrow my grandfather's phrase. She told me I didn't have to tell her what I was holding on to, that it was not necessarily right for her to know. I thought confessing everything would be the right thing to do, but she said that some things were better left unsaid. Mayuri's words gave me hope. I stretched myself out slowly. I had made sure to come late, It feels good not having to worry about anyone else being there. I may be because this is an all-girls school, but no one bothers to cover up even when getting dressed for ballet. It's even worse in the bath. People cover up with towels, but... I'm always aware whether we're changing for ballet or changing in our dormitory. My métier partners don't seem embarrassed, but it takes my all not to get a beet red face. Don't deny the Yuri. I wonder if it could be lesbian feelings. To say it so bluntly, lesbian feelings. I have lesbian feelings for you. That's how I'm gonna confess to my next future girlfriend. I have lesbian feelings for you. Okay, but that's probably overthinking it. Up until now, I haven't really gone to the school much, so I don't know whether I like members of the opposite sex or not. That's fair. She doesn't have much experience in many things. There are no men working at the school, not one male teacher. The scant knowledge I do have of men is only from my own family, except for... I remember the stepbrother that was brought into my home, and then I remember that woman. I take hot water in my hands and splash it on my face. At any rate, I cannot say we are good friends yet, but we are now close enough to be on a first-name basis. We keep getting closer, it won't be long. The sound of a glass door echoes loudly in the bath, drowning out my thoughts. That's a really pretty bathhouse. The sound of a door means I'm quick to wrap a towel around myself to go see who's entering the bath area. Whoever they are, they're chatting away cheerfully. To borrow my grandfather's words, this is like a horse from a gourd. No, more like truth from a lie. At any rate... Oh, it's Mayuri. And Rika. I hear the footsteps growing near, and as the mist clears, my métier partners, covering their naked bodies with a single towel each, come into the bath. I'm not used to her hair not being braided. She's so pretty. I panic. It seems the Sasakis have been up to something again. I watch my métier partners laugh and converse. Even with the towel, I can see the curves of Mayuri's body. Although she's more modest, my mind races at the sight of Rika and her beautiful pale skin. I should say something. The two of them are lost in conversation, not even attempting to hide their bodies. It would be better to speak up, I think. I've got to tell them I'm here. Hearing my name unexpectedly, I freeze and forget all about going out to them. That's right, at the orienteering. Maybe I shouldn't have carried Mayuri home in the rain like I did, because the next day I immediately caught a cold and it got worse from there.
逆に気が回らない方が引いてしまうものよ。看病していた方が長くこじらせるとかね。本当に気遣ってくれているのね。
I didn't have a high fever or serious symptoms, but I had a slight fever and a cough for over a week. I've only recently gotten over it.
まゆりさんはどう？捻挫の方はもういいの？3日も経たずに治ったさ。保健室の先生も治りが早いって褒めてくれたよ。
That's really good, actually.
まゆりさんの治癒力をスオさんに分けてあげたいわね。それって私の方はどうでもいいってこと？違うわ。なんていうのかしら。イメージの問題かしらね。まゆりさんの風邪はそのままだけど、スオさんの方は風邪でもそう見えないっていうか、肺病にかかった詩人というのかしら。サナトリウムの文学少女みたいな。そうだから平気だって言われてもつい心配してしまうのよね。
It's awkward hearing them talk about me as though I were not there. As Rika washes herself, she says with flushed cheeks.
でももっと仲良くなりたいわね。スオさんと？そう、今日だって一緒にお風呂入りたかったわ。病気だって言うからしばらくは何も言えなかったけど。まあでも仲良くって言うけど、普通に考えたらもうだいぶいい方じゃない？そうかしら。まだ壁を感じるのよね。お風呂もそうだけど、バレエの授業でも一緒に組んだ時も上の空だし、着替えの時とか絶対に肌が見えないように隠れてするし。それはプライベートなことだしね。
That's how I am too, but I just have a really, low self body image, so I just, don't want people to see me.
せっかく3年間学院で寝起きを共にするのだし、もっと親密な関係になりたいわ。
But I guess in Japan, it's just a normal thing. Like they have outdoor baths and, their changing rooms are always just, everybody just kind of changes together. And, here we have a lot more, of a privacy thing, I guess. Although I do want to go to an onsen one of these days. That sounds fantastic. Rika's words have me feeling on top of the world, and I await Mayuri's words. I may be too embarrassed to change and bathe with them, but I'm glad she wants a closer relationship.
私はこれ以上はいいかな。どうして？まゆりさんだって最近白羽さんじゃなくてスオさんって名前で呼んでいるじゃない。オリエンテーリングで本当に心配してくれたのを知っているしね。でもこれ以上は踏み込まない方がいいと思う。私はもっと仲良くなりたいわ。一緒に寝るとか。
Whoa, Rika. Sorry, my mic cut out.
前も言ったけど、ここは女学校だ。あんまり仲良くすると変な噂を流される。立花だってそんなのは嫌だろ？私は
I mean, there is a Rika route, so... She stops washing herself, her cheeks reddening. Mayuri stares at her with a somewhat irritated expression.
面白くないな。何？聞こえなかったけど。いや、なんでもないよ。ただ気をつけた方がいいって言ったのさ。
The atmosphere starts to feel a little dangerous, and I think I should go clear things up.
気をつけるって、もっと相手のことが知りたい、親密になりたいと考えるのは自然なことだわ。それをおかしく考える人の方が変よ。
Hearing her strong words strengthened my resolve.
そうかもしれない。 でもそれは理想論だ。私たちはまだ子供なんだ。大人のように理性的にってわけにはいかない。面白がって嫌な目にあっただろう。それは別に無視しろって言ってるわけじゃない。一線を引いた方がいいって言ってるわけさ。
Ouch. The foot I was about to step forward with stops at the word line. I was also at a loss on how to interact with people my own age and at my previous school. Shirahane-san seems to have drawn her line, so they said, and the circle around me began dropping off like teeth from a comb.
一つ聞くけれど、まゆりさんはスオさんのことをどう思っているの？アミティエや学友だとかのはぐらかしはなしで。そうだね。親しい知人ではある。でも友人ではない。
Ouch. I lose my urge to act as a mediator upon hearing those words. My heart quietly sinks instead like the calm, flat sea.
心配することはないよ。
As I wait in line in the hallway, she smiles her usual smile at me, as sunny as a spring day. So she never does, actually.
面談といっても経過報告みたいなものらしいから、そう固くならなくてもいいんじゃないかな。
So she never does actually intervene. She just makes the decision to try, and then she gets stopped by her own insecurities. She's wrong. The reason I look nervous is because I cannot completely hide my tension.
アミティエとして共同生活を始めてから一月が過ぎたから、まずは話を聞いてみましょうってだけよ。解散だとか成績に反映されるわけじゃないし、気楽に行きましょうね。
I never heard the truth a few days ago in the bath. Since that night, I haven't been able to figure out my feelings. I've been conversing with them like usual, no one suspects a thing, but... Nerd! I'm so happy you're here! Hi, how are you? I've missed you! You missed Higurashi Tuesdays yesterday. My stomach hurts knowing we're about to be asked how our Amitie relationship is going. Oh, nice. I'm glad, because I started playing with the mod, so... Rubbing my stomach, I head towards the door. And in the room is Sister Basquiat along with two other female teachers I don't know. We start by writing our honest opinions about the Academy, our new friends, and the Amitie program on a piece of paper. After handing in our answer sheets so as not to be seen by the others, it's time for the oral interview. We answer about 10 questions each, from the start of questions we'd expect to more personal ones.
それでは皆さんに質問します。何か情熱を注げるものや自分に自信が持てる特技はありますか？私は紅茶の知識です。入れるのも飲むのも好きで、クラスの皆さんにも振る舞っています。
I do love tea. I'm not very great at brewing it. But I do like tea, and I do like trying different types of tea.
花火師さんが主催しているお茶会のお話は聞いていますよ。
Sister Basquiat smiles pleasantly, and Mayuri raises her hand a little hesitantly.
私はお菓子作りが趣味です。でも情熱を注いでいるかとなると、そこまではっきりとは言えません。
I'm also glad that, like, my posting of the VODs does not go unnoticed, because it takes a while for each of those to actually, like, upload. So the fact that you are using it and making use of it makes it worth doing. That's, and also about the whole passion thing, that's kind of how I am. Like, I have a lot of hobbies, but, like, my passion fully is writing. So I have a lot of other hobbies, though, that I could make passions, but they're just not what my full passion is. The two teachers flanking Sister Basquiat take notes of Mayuri's answer. Oh, she likes drawing. I didn't know that. What is her passion, then? I am called upon next. I need to read more, but I don't have time and it makes me sad. I've had the same, like, book sitting on my counter for a long time. I am able to answer without my awkward silence and let out a sigh of relief. Before the interview, I've been thinking it would be an inquisition into our relationship as amitié partners. I am relieved. I can fake my way through superficial things, but I would probably betray myself if I asked a deeper question. The flowery journey, that is, pretty accurate, actually. And has some puns to it. So I appreciate that. That phrasing. It goes. I mean, I've only been playing once a week, but it's getting interesting. There's some interesting development here. She whispers something to the other teachers, and they murmur amongst each other. It's definitely a slow burn, for sure. Like, there's obviously gay stuff happening, but it's very much a slow burn. Of course, they're at a Christian school, so, like, it's gonna be one of those things. I glance down to check the time and see that there are fewer than 10 minutes left, so I figure we will finish soon. Cross-channel. I have not heard of this. Ooh. It's a natural enough question, I suppose, but even though I expected such a question, I look into the eyes of the subject of my worries, Mayuri, who is sitting next to me. I like slow burns, though, because they often seem more natural. Like, most of the time in, you know, most novels and stuff, things seem to happen super quickly because they have to, you know, fit something within a small, like, space. And so it's like there's no way that development would happen that fast. But, like, because they're trying to fit so much in such a short period of time, they kind of speed it up a bit. That's kind of why I appreciate slow burn stuff, because development in real life does not happen like that. Like, often you know people for so much longer before you actually, like, decide or figure out you have feelings for them, you know? But I guess everybody's a little different. She says it in her usual slow, kind tone of voice, but I think a 3-person team's a little weird. Like, I can see where it'd be good, but I think a 2-person team's better because you get closer and there's not going to be as many misunderstandings between you because you're not dealing with, 3 people. Mayuri's expression is a mixture of troubled and angry. Next route, Rika. Next route. You actually have to do Mayuri's first before you can even get Rika's route, so... Because honestly, I probably would have chosen Rika, personally, because I like her aesthetic. But... You have to do Mayuri's and get her good ending first before you can unlock Rika's route. I panic. I don't want Rika, who had said she wanted to be closer with me since she was in the bath, to have my hard feelings towards me. I attempt to justify myself. Beside me, Mayuri is making a complicated expression, like she doesn't quite know how to feel. Just let me love you, Mayuri! God damn! The interview ends, and we first years gather in the ballet room. Oh no, I shudder. Is it a ballet test? But the event that's about to take place is far more terrible than I had imagined. That is... Oh, body measurements. Shit, dog. I would be nervous, too. Higurashi era... But it's like, protagonist is a lecherous douche and girls slap him. Wow. I am so confused by just that statement alone. But it seems very Higurashi era. To my left and right, all I can see are my classmates in their underwear. I'm so embarrassed, I don't even know what to do. Yeah, I'd be like sweating and completely red. After having measured our minds, they are measuring our bodies. I'd heard that the academy took students' measurements. They'd also done it at the school I temporarily attended. However... Although they sometimes measure the class altogether in novels or movies, measurements and health checks in just our underwear is something usually reserved for much younger children. This is not something they do at schools over here. I know, like, it's a Japan thing, and I've heard that they do that over there, but over here, like, because of the it's a huge privacy thing, we don't do that over here. Like, we don't, you know, like, they measure weight and stuff, and heart rate and whatnot, like, when you go to the doctors, but you never have to, like, strip down or anything, because it's a privacy thing. Although they sometimes measure the class altogether in novels or movies, measurements and health checks in just our underwear is something usually reserved for much younger children. That's fair. I hope it's good. I hope it's good and that you enjoy it. I don't think it is something that people our age normally do. Yeah, I think it's really weird and unnecessary. Like, you can just give them your own measurements, you know? Like, measure yourself. That's, like, I would not be okay with that. But I also have low self-body image, so even when I turn to hide my reddening face and body, an unsuspecting butt enters my field of vision. Oh, the butt. My classmates are chattering away, arms around their friends' waists in their underwear with no apparent issues. Is she gonna touch the butt? It's the same behavior when changing for a ballet or in the baths. One would think they have no sense of shame. A suspicious butt. I mean, what would define a suspicious butt? Like, how do you decide that that butt is very sus right now? Like, how do you know? How do you know? I mean, if I'm given the option to touch the butt, I'm gonna touch the butt. That I am overly aware of their nakedness in spite of the fact that we're all girls makes me feel like I'm somehow the one who is impudent. Where the butt starts following you. I just have a terrible image of, like, a floating butt just following behind me. I'm gonna have nightmares about that. Oh. Oh. My gay heart. Please stop. She's adorable as fuck. Also, I just have a thing, for girls in glasses, so... Make wholesome games into horror? I mean... You're doing a great job. Dressed in bright spring green underwear, Rika blinks and looks at me with a slightly startled expression. I kind of wish her, underwear was, like, blue. Like, her little hair clips. But, still cute. Yes, glasses F the world, seriously. Glasses are so cute. Like, small girls with glasses is, like, my aesthetic. And tsunderes. I know she's saying this out of kindness, but even so. Yeah, like, if they made the, hair clips this color, or this... that... yeah. It is a pretty color, like a spring. She probably means nothing by it, but her staring at me with those sincere eyes makes it hard to get undressed. It would take all my determination even under normal circumstances. She looks like she's in a swimsuit, but she's adorable. And she's wearing a tank top, which is modest. Ichigo's wearing a sports bra with a cute clover design. I dig sports bras, man. Those are the best. Ringo appears wearing a camisole and I feel my whole body get hot. Yeah, I have stopped measuring my height because I'm at the age now where rarely girls past the age of 20 gain any height at all. Yeah, but guys will, like, grow in their 20s sometimes. They usually are late bloomers. Sometimes. It is surreal reading a female perspective visual novel and it's still full of I cannot control myself. Hey man, those lesbian feelings. Yeah, you missed that. She was talking about Mayuri earlier and she said, I wonder if they're lesbian feelings. And I was like, I cannot control my lesbian feelings. It was so funny, just the way she phrased it. The usual back and forth begins before my eyes, and I'd usually enjoy watching, but right now... Ichigo uses big gestures when she talks, which makes her bra stretch and contract, and I am beside myself. None can contain the lesbian feelings. That's what I should have named the stream had I known. I'm almost catching glimpses of things that shouldn't be seen. I watched their conversation with a feeling of agitation. Says a cool, familiar voice. See, what the hell? Hers should be green, but they're blue. That doesn't make any sense. Whatever. I'd rather she have the sunflower and the green than the blue. And the blue should be, Rika's. Because that matches more to me. I thought you might be getting measured and came looking for you. I realize it's Mayuri. My heart thumps violently in my chest. Oh no. The lesbian feelings. The most common style of underwear in the class, and a sky blue color. It is neither particularly fancy, nor does it show excessive skin, but... Oh yeah, she overthinks everything. If I undress now, they will see the redness all over my body. I am so feverish that even I can tell. Nah, I'm just really, 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 really gay. I would be embarrassed by this too, though. Like, if this was, like, a natural occurrence in, where I live, I would just, like, be constantly red all the time. Miscolored accessories. I know, right? Nekopara makes no sense sometimes with the way they match the colors. My MTA partners are looking at me questioningly as I try to think of an excuse. Everyone nods since they know about my behavior at ballet and how I wait until everyone is finished to take a bath. My nice body is for me alone. That's not true. That's a, relative, like, term. Because everyone, like, his definition of a nice body is different. You know, and everybody has their own preference, so... She is very pretty, though. I'm inwardly relieved by Rika's shutdown. That's true! But I guess, like, I don't know. Maybe at the time, or maybe because it's a missionary school, they don't have PE gear. Like, they don't do, like, that sort of stuff at this school. But they could have worn their ballet uniforms. Oh. Oh. That's gonna make it worse, actually. She says with resolve as she twirls her braids. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, let's go. The words enter my ears, but I don't comprehend them. I breathe in once, twice, and then at last I understand. Hell yeah. I kept myself short in case of Rika, who was looking up at me as she twirls her braids. In the bath, she had said she wanted to get closer, even if it meant being misunderstood. If that's the case, shouldn't I do the same? Shirahane.exe has stopped working. Hey girl, let's get misunderstood. Every Yuri visual novel ever. You came in at the greatest scene, actually, nerd. This is fantastic. But lesbian feelings. Mayuri is clearly flustered while the Sasakis are watching me with both surprise and great interest. I know! Rika's so cute! She's also, like, obsessed with tea. She's a reader. She's really smart. She has glasses. She's a little, like, intense at times, like, and a stickler for the rules, but she's adorable. Like, and she's small. I like small girls. I regret my careless words. With everyone's eyes on me, I unravel the ribbon around my hips and take hold of the hem of my skirt. The uniform is practically a dress. I don't have a choice between removing the blouse or skirt first. My immediate partners have the sense to turn to the side, but so long as your eyes are open, you can see everything from anywhere. I let go of the hem of my skirt. I think the twins are cute too, Ichigo says, and I let out a small sigh. Like, Ringo's adorable. I put the socks I've removed into a drawer, then resolved to stop fooling around and take hold of the hem. Though I've resolved myself to do this, it's still my first time getting undressed in front of people. I'm on the verge of trembling and filled with embarrassment and a strange sense of excitement, and as more time passes, it becomes harder to take it off. I tie my hair up and then whip the uniform off all at once. Oh. I am Ichigo right now. It's adorable. I'd worn my favorite underwear so that I didn't embarrass myself in front of the nurses at the body measurement. Mayuri, don't get ideas. They speak highly of me and my joy beats my embarrassment. Underwear is not something I would have my grandfather buy for me, so I've been buying my own for as long as I can remember, and I am now relieved to find out that my taste is not bad. For some reason, all of my classmates are sneaking looks at me, but since I got the seal of approval on my underwear, I think I can just about stand it. It is very pretty. I chime in without a thought, and Ichigo responds by staring intently at my underwear, now at the parts of my skin that are showing. Yeah, it is very pretty. I like it. I also like the little, like, they look like butterflies right here. It's pretty. And also, this is why I make my stream, mature now. Because apparently we're getting a lot of underwear shots. Between this and Alcana. She touches my hip and I raise my voice unexpectedly, turning red at my own scream. Filth. That's, what can I say? I bring the lesbian filth. That is my gift to all of my followers. Yeah, also Higurashi as well. I was like thinking, there's a lot of shit in Higurashi that's definitely freaking mature. And I should have said it a long time ago. Now she's staring at my behind. Ichigo snorts at the two of them and their strangely coordinated counter. I would be dead if if I had to do this, because not only do I not, like my own body, but I also don't have a matching set of underwear in my existence. Like, I've never had a set. Like, I don't buy sets. I just buy, like, packs of one or the other, and they're always different. So, I guess I do have a, like, black tank top and boxer short set, so I guess that's what I would wear if I absolutely had to do this, but...
以前読んだ本で服装についての褒めるポイントが書いてあったんだ。例えば胸が大きく開いた服を着ているのは異性へのアピール。
I mean, would I though? Like, I can't walk into a underwear shop without turning bright red. Like, it's just embarrassing. Like, I can't go into the Victoria's Secret. I'm just like, I can't even look at it without getting red. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't even like shopping for bras. I usually buy them online. I just can't do it. I can't do it. Also, Ichigo, I don't know if you got the memo, but, this is not a game about men, okay? Only girls here, only lesbian feelings.
ミニのスカートなんかを履いて足を見せるのは同性へのアピールだってね。
Whoa.
まあ、確かに今日の服胸の谷間開いていて可愛いわね。
I mean, both are cute, like...
でしょ？女の子同士競うのは足なんだよ。競う相手がいない女の子はパンツルックになるでしょ？
Is that really a thing?
そう言われると、キャリアウーマンはパンツルックが多い気がする。
仕事がメインになって同性相手に競おうとかどうでもよくなる現れってことか。で、それはそれとして、イチゴはなぜそんなに自慢げな顔をしているんだ？
まだわからないかな。スオちゃんは胸でなく足を褒めてくれたんだよ。つまり私を認め、競う相手として見ているってことじゃない。
As a rival? I don't know if that's true.
つまりクラス一の美人のスオさんとライバルだって誇っているってことね。
Ichigo nods reverently to show that Rika is, in fact, correct. Yeah, please stop touching me. I say in a small voice. We're on the last leg of the body measurement ordeal.
すみません。ついたてを用意してもいいですか?
Oh, now you want to use a partition. Now! After we're in our freaking underwear. Mayuri asked, raising her hand. The question is obvious, but there is a reason. It would seem a bit late to want a partition now after we've measured our height, weight, and vision all in our own underwear. But for the final remaining chest measurements, we must take off our bras. Oh, okay. Though it is a little late, I fully understand why she wants the partition now. However... Really? Really? I don't... Even with friends, I don't want to, like, show off my boobs. Like... Mayuri cannot argue with Sister Dahlia's answer. That's embarrassing! She puts her head down and looks around the class, unusually restless. No, Dahlia's just an old lesbian. That's what's happening right now. Well, she's not that old. She looks like she's probably in her 30s or 40s. But maybe that makes her more sus, because these girls are all underage, right? Because, damn. That's not good. I watch from my peripheral vision as our classmates get their chests measured. That's true. Based on her behavior at the baths and changing for a ballet. God says no clothes. God says no clothes, yes. That's very sus. You're right. You're absolutely right. I thought Mayuri felt no shame, so I feel a new closeness with her now.
そろそろ私たちも用意しておきましょう。順番が近いわ。
I thought, like, nuns and stuff, like, were all about not showing off body. Like, you know? Perhaps Rika thinks of this as a medical and therefore normal because she starts to take off her bra without hesitation. I am more impressed than embarrassed by her decisiveness as I watch her put her hands behind her back. I mean, she's cute! What do you want me to say? A voice near my ear whispers and I jump backwards. She definitely has the best underwear though. That's super pretty. I love that. You haven't seen truly lustful yet. I try to say that she is wrong, but... Ichigo agrees. My cheeks flush as I try to explain myself. Pardon? Oh, Mayuri. Her expression as the saying goes like a deer caught in the headlights, or as though she were punched when she least expected it. Oh, does she like Rika, actually? Mary's words make me wonder if this is how most girls really feel, but... Mayuri, girl, you have just declared yourself to be competition. Listen, Mayuri, I am that bitch, okay? You have to look at me and only me. This is how this works. Yeah, what the fuck? Why are you not looking at me? I have the best underwear. What do you mean? My shoulders slump dejectedly at Ichigo's words. Ringo looks at me with knitted brows. Dead silence. Even just glancing at her from the side, it's obvious that her mind is racing for an explanation. Ringo licks her lips. Scandalous. Ooh. Her angry shriek cuts through the chatter and the previously lively room goes quiet. An awful silence hangs in the air. Ouch. Maybe she does. Her forced apology does nothing to break the silence. The remainder of the body measurement time is painfully tense. Wow. Ouch. There has to have been something going on. Like with her in the past. I hear a squeak. When I look up, I see short, curly hair and a big cat-like eyes fixated on me. Oh, it's Erica. She's cute too. I like her. She makes, like, I don't understand her puzzles, but she's cute. I also love her voice actor. She had been reading in her usual spot at her usual time, but now she has rolled her wheelchair over to my desk, looking fed up. I am surprised since Yaigaki usually never comes over and talks to me, and I put down the book I've been disinfecting. She narrows her eyes like a cat. I've never heard of disinfecting a book. The only thing I've ever done to a book is dust it. She points behind her with her thumb.
たまになら構わない。今までだって顔を出すこともあったからね。でもここ最近ずっといるじゃないか。気が散ってしょうがない。
Yes, I follow that Yaigaki's annoyed pointing. Mayuri is there looking listless as she turns the pages of a book.
で、一体何だって文学少女に転校したんだ。こんな場所で寂しく本読んでるタイプじゃないだろう。
The way she says it makes me want to ask her, what about you? But instead I look at Mayuri and think back on the exchange at the body measurement 4 days ago. Ever since she shouted at Ichigo. She's like dipping them in alcohol, like, let's go. My words trail off as I think of her now. Her and how, ever since that incident 4 days prior, her attitude has hardened and she's been growing more and more distant in class. Yaigaki snorts scornfully.
高坂はそんなタイプではないと思うけどね。スクールカーストで言うならクイーンビーだ。今の自分ならお茶会で取り巻きのサイドキックスに持ち上げられている頃合いだろ。
I'm sure she's just like spraying them with something. Or just rubbing them down with some sort of like sanitizer. But it has to be some sort of like something that's not gonna damage the spine or the pages. So I'm wondering what she's actually using. She's right. Rika's holding her tea party now. Mayuri, who isn't in any clubs, usually pays a visit every day.
それにあいつ一人なのがおかしい。もう一人のアミティへのブレインが一緒じゃないっていうのがね。
Nerdy words like brain, school cast, the kinds of words Rika might throw about.
彼女は彼女で忙しいのよ。
I don't know how to deal with Mayuri, who has shut herself off like me, but for now we've decided to just let her be. If she's sad, I should comfort her. If she's mad, I should placate her. At first I thought Mayuri was just grouchy and got mad at Ichigo's teasing, but... Her rigid attitude makes it hard to talk to her, so it's only natural that people have started avoiding her.
上の空？まあ確かに本を読んでいるというより時間を潰している感じだな。何をしている？確かあれだ。高坂はお前のアミティだろ。普通は。どうしたの、まゆりさん。何か心配事があるのなら私に話して。とかいう場面なんじゃねえの？
That sounds like exactly like her. Oh my god.
それはもうまゆりさんへ言ったわ。んで、あの低たらくなの。
It also sounds like another character that I know.
それじゃあ本当にスクールカーストの頂点から失墜したのかもしれないな。だったらいっそプレックスらしくこっちの方面へ引きずり込んだらどうよ。プレックスって文化系の上位の人のことよね。私なんてとんでもない。せいぜいナードがいいところ。
Yeah, her voice actor is really good. I like her. She flashes a cat-like grin at my words and uses her hands to cross her legs.
話が通じるってのはいいね。でもそれを言うならギークの方が合ってないか。サブカルチャーオタクだろう。私もお前もね。確かにそう。まあお前は人から相談を受けたりしたりするのが得意じゃないっていうのはわかるけど、アミティエ同士の微妙な空気をパブリックな場所にまで持ち込むのは感心しないな。さっさと仲直りなんだりしろよ。
If I could, I would.
理由を話してくれないのだもん。ま、適当に様子見て話してみたら。正直うつうつとした図書館でページを送りたくないし。
I want to be in the library reading, but not sadly flipping pages.
八重垣さん優しいね。はうざいからさっさと決着つけろってだけだし。
Oh, I haven't played Persona 5. I've played a little bit of the third one. The sight of Yaigaki blushing and crossing her arms fills me with a sudden desire to wrap her up in my arms and protect her.
心配をかけているようだもん。私が何とかしなくちゃ。
I want Mayuri to go back to normal, that much I've decided.
おや、おかえりだ。
I'm sure she's voiced other people too. In the furthest part of the library, Mayuri, who has taken one of Yagaki's favorite spots, returns a book to the shelf. She then leaves without so much as glancing at us.
確かに心ここにあらずだ。
Rika and I had decided to leave her for now, but
あいつの作ったケーキはまずまずだった。まあまあ食べられるくらいには美味しかったって言ったのさ。
Erica just doesn't know how to give compliments.
あいつがお茶会に手作りの菓子を持ってくるならまた行ってやってもいいかもな。
Yagaki says that with her back turned, facing the window. I stare at the seat where Mayuri had been sitting, feeling as though I'm chasing her shadow. Interesting. Alright, I'm gonna stop it here. I have to go get lunch and go get ready for work and try to write a little bit before I go into work and do things. So thanks everybody for coming to stream. I'm gonna decide who I'm going to raid today. Please hold. I don't remember if I know this person, but everybody's playing Genshin today, jeez. Like, I like Genshin, but I cannot handle this stream right here. Okay. We're gonna raid, we have to support our fellow, femalers. So we're gonna raid Zia again. I'm not quite sure what's happening right now. But she is going to be playing Genshin later. So if she's probably after whatever the break is going on right now. Oh, she is playing Genshin at the moment. Okay. So we're gonna go raid Zia. So thanks everybody for coming to stream. Really appreciate it. Affiliate is very close. I just need a few more viewers per stream. So if you can check out and leave me a lurk in the future, that'd be great. Yeah, I like the event, but I haven't really had the time lately. So, but yeah, thanks everybody for coming to stream. I will play this game again very soon. Go follow Zia for a chill Genshin stream, and I will see you all next time. Bye!